Range of punishment is 5 to 99 years or life in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is there a reason she's crying?
She's just upset.
All right, what are you upset about?
Just situation. I didn't expect this.
What's upsetting you about the situation?
There's a lot of things that I should have done and I didn't do when she first arrived at our home.
Court is going to sentence you. All right, state.
Your Honor, as you know, this case involves the death of a child.
All right, everyone, please whisper.
A pretty horrific death of a child. And at this time, they are allegations, but due to the serious nature, we feel that $200,000 is appropriate. But that if the court is willing to lower them, then obviously full conditions. But for something involving something like this, I feel like anything lower than 150 even would be just way too low. It also is a little concerning that no one's willing to help her, because then how is she going to be supported in the community? That's just concerning to the state, Your Honor.
Well, just to clear it up, it's not no one. It's just people. Unfortunately, the people that are willing to help are just unable to do so financially. So.
All right, the court is going to deny the motion, and the court has had no evidence on what amount of bond that she is able to make. So at this time, the court will deny the motion. And counsel, if there's an issue, is your client in protective custody?
Yes, Your Honor. Now.
All right, if there's an issue at the jail with her safety, just let the court know. But my understanding, she is in protective custody. Beyond that, that's all I can do. And counsel, I've always found them to be receptive if there's an issue with danger. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Court is calling 2022 CR 11873, State of Texas versus Yvonne Monica Perez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Allie Jackson.
Defense.
Matthew Allen.
Are you Miss Perez?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Did you understand you're charged with assault intentionally, knowingly of serious bodily injury by omission with a child? Did you understand that's the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Range of punishment is 5 to 99 years or life in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Perez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her rights to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 18 years in the prison and there are no applications. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
State Office State's Exhibit 1.
No objections.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. Is there a reason she's crying?
She's just upset.
All right, what are you upset about?
Just situation. I didn't expect this.
What's upsetting you about the situation?
Try to do something kind and just.
It's just I don't know if the court has noticed, every time she's come in, she's been
Crying.
very emotional, Your Honor.
I apologize, Your Honor.
No, I'm just asking questions. All right, if we can go off the record. All right, state, are you asking to amend the stipulations?
Yes, Your Honor.
No objections.
All right, and then the court will review states exhibits 1 and attachments with the amended stipulations. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Anyone want to say why you should follow this plea bargaining agreement?
I can speak briefly on that, Your Honor. I think for the stipulations, so the way that she came about, Ms. Pettis came about to have the child was kind of strange to begin with. She, in my opinion, I think saw these 2 children that were on the streets. Her and her partner tried to help take them in. And then obviously there was an incident that Ms. Pettis describes a week prior to this where, again, she should have taken the girl in for medical treatment immediately. And then obviously she fell from the stairs.
Let's backtrack a little
Okay.
bit. Because it says in the stipulations that there were 2 people outside of the store. She says she's being a good Samaritan. So she takes them both back to her apartment. And then she tells one of them, I can no longer keep you here. You need to leave. But I'll keep the complainant.
Yes, her and her partner, so her partner ended up, I believe, keeping the younger boy, and she kept the younger girl at the apartment. And then,
And is this younger boy currently alive?
Yes,
Yeah.
Your Honor.
yes,
And where is he?
As CPS has removed him, he leaves with other family.
Okay.
the incident described that is the leads to this tragedy, obviously, is Yvonne describes it as she's playing. Obviously, the kid shouldn't be playing on the stairs. We know that. She hits her head and her back. She seems like she's okay as far as checking on her. She's eating, watching
So why
TV.
was she pinching her as a sign of as punishment? Because that's what it says in the steps that she would pinch her.
Yes, sir. I
Why?
It wasn't like I'm pitching her, just kind of like a grab, like just
It says it
to
left
prompt her.
bruises.
I'm sorry.
It said it left bruises.
Honestly, I'm not buying into this sympathy act whatsoever. The entire situation feels bizarre to me. Like, how does someone just snatch 2 kids from a public place, bring them home, and then out of nowhere one ends up dead while in her care? That doesn't just happen by accident. And now she's sitting there with that pitiful puppy eyes look, hoping everyone overlooks the reality that she caused this from the start. She's not worried about anyone but herself, and those fake tears aren't convincing anyone. I really hope Judge Boyd shuts this performance down once and for all, because I'm beyond tired of seeing her face on my screen. My heart breaks for that child she stole in broad daylight. In my opinion, she absolutely deserves life in prison. But that's just how I see it. What do you guys think? Let's jump back in.
I didn't realize it was gonna leave a bruise. I didn't intentionally do it to like leave that bruise. The little girl, when my daughter was,
and so I think she's describing as, yes, she again is admitting to that. It doesn't matter whether you think it's going to leave a bruise or not leave a bruise. I think we would agree. And then as far as her actions, she seemed like she was okay, and then the next morning, obviously, she's not, and then drops her off at the hospital, and then obviously does another bad thing, just leaves her and then leaves. She does come back. She does sit down with the police. She does talk to them, tell them everything that's going on and what happened. Obviously, at that point, it's too late. But I can speak to Ms. Perez from the day I've been with her for 20 months or so, from the day I've met her until today. Every time I talk to her, she's upset, and it's not because of so much of her situation, it's because of what happened. And she knows that she did wrong. She knows she wishes she could go back in time and change all of that. And she says that every time I talk to her. And so
Like maybe if somebody is offering you a child, maybe calling the police.
yes, going that far back, it's not one mistake. It's things that happen over and over. And again,
So was the child healthy when she received the child? Was the child healthy when you received the child?
the first one is Joel.
No, I'm talking about the child that is deceased. Was that child healthy when you received the child?
Healthy in a sense. I mean, she was
Healthy in the sense
skinny.
that
She was skinny.
Did
We
she have
fed
all her
her.
hair
Did she have all her what? Her hair?
on her head?
Yes, Your Honor. I mean, only like patches, like not patches, but like her hair was thin. Her hair wasn't thick. It was thin. Her hair was thin. And she came when I picked her up from when Cassandra told me to go and when we went to go pick her up, she had like a dirty little outfit. I bought her clothes. Like, I mean, there's a lot of things that I should have done and I didn't do when she first arrived at our home. I should have taken her to get a welfare check. I should have done, and I didn't. I just was
Well,
trying to
and like Your Honor said,
help.
I mean, the initial thing would be to contact authorities to go through the proper channels. I think CPS was contacted prior to
They did.
this and made contact with Ms. Pettis, so they were aware of the situation, but again,
Aware of what situation?
that that the girl was staying with Ms. Pettis. But
Was
again,
that before or after the child
before,
was taken to the hospital?
before, I believe.
So Child Protective Services was aware that somebody off the street gave her a child. And she picked up the phone and called Child Protective Services and said, I
No,
have
we-
this child.
No, Ms. Pettis didn't. They contacted her. So again, I agree with the court. She should have done a lot of different things.
Well, I
and
mean, I'm just unpacking things a little bit.
Yes.
So,
The mother has extensive history with CPS and had different children taken away, so I think CPS was checking into the whereabouts of Ronnie and Howell.
all right.
It was that.
So that's how CPS found out that the child was in her care
Yes.
and CPS did nothing.
If CPS truly sat on their hands here, that blows my mind. Sure, the one who carried out the crime is facing charges. That part makes sense, but how is the CPS worker just walking away without a shred of responsibility? Your whole job is supposed to be keeping kids safe, and if you fail this badly, there should be some kind of consequence. The whole thing feels off because situations like this don't just happen out of thin air. Somewhere, somebody ignored obvious warning signs. Of course, this woman is at the center of it, but I can't help thinking the CPS worker shares blame, and maybe even her partner too. There are just too many people who could have stepped in, but didn't. Honestly, I can't shake the feeling that something much darker is going on beneath the surface. Maybe I'm wrong, but it just feels bigger than what's on paper. What do you all think? Did I miss something here? Because to me, this whole case screams that there's more evil at play. Let's get back into it and see what happens next.
I mean, CPS workers sometimes, well, many CPS workers are overworked and underpaid, but I'm wondering why would a CPS worker, and this is just a side note, why a CPS worker would leave a child with somebody that a mother just gave to that's a complete stranger. I guess that's something else that needs to be addressed.
Yes, and like I said, the circumstance behind it are, just to put it, I guess, strange, and that's one of the things that I found strange as well, to, I guess, put it nicely. But
So why am I falling in this plea?
Your Honor, at this point, the state, after much back and forth, we recommended this plea due to what is actually being charged, and what we can prove. It becomes a question of whether or not we can prove that she did not seek adequate medical attention in terms of she has training as an LVN and attempted to keep an eye on the child at home, and it becomes whether or not we would be able to prove that she failed to do so due to how it is charged, Your Honor. And so at this point, we do feel 18 years for what she's charged with is appropriate.
All right, and does she have a license as an LVN? I'm assuming.
She did in the past.
She did in the past, and then I needed to renew it
It's
because I went,
expired, is that right?
yes, and
Yes.
then I started going to school to EC. Oh, sorry.
that's okay. It's expired.
This is what the court is going to do. As previously stated, the court is finding you guilty. Court is going to sentence you to 8 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's to be no contact with minors. There's to be,
Judge, did you say 8 or 18?
18.
Okay.
Yeah. Did I say 18?
Okay.
All right, thank you.
It's okay. Matt and I are done this
Yes, all right.
morning.
18. All right, 18 years in the prison, credit for any time served. There's to be no contact with minors, and there's to be no employment in the future with minors or vulnerable persons. Is there anything else with regards to sentencing?
Not sentencing, we do have victim impact, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing, whether you had your LVN license or not, I saw where you took your dog to the groomers. When a child is sick, you take a child to the doctor.
Yes, Your Honor.
I don't know why. Sometimes people have more love for their animals than they have for little children.
For a moment there, Judge Boyd actually had me nervous. I could have sworn she said 8 years. But even at 18 years, honestly, that still feels way too light for what happened. Like the prosecutor pointed out, they were only able to prove so much in court, which to me just shows there's more behind the scenes that never came out. And watching this woman cry is just frustrating because the reality is she got off way easier than she should have. 18 years for a crime this serious doesn't feel anywhere close to enough. Then there's CPS. If they really overlooked warning signs, that's a whole other problem. A system that's supposed to protect kids can't just let cases like this slip through the cracks. This could have been prevented, and that's what makes it even worse. I'm honestly shocked Judge Boyd didn't dig deeper into the CPS worker's role, because that feels like a crucial part of the case. If someone ignored the red flags, they should be facing accountability too. But what do you think? Maybe I'm being too tough here, but personally, 18 years just doesn't match the severity of this crime. Should she have gotten more time? Or was the sentence fair? Let me know in the comments, because I really want to hear your perspective. That's all for now. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more daily breakdowns. Thanks so much for the support. It really means a lot. I'll catch you guys in the next one.